What am I? What do I like? What do I look like? Okay, no more opinions. I'm what you can call a scholar of failure. I recently interviewed 47 professionals working in different industries, asking them about what constitutes failure in their opinion. With those essential contributions and what I know from personal experience, I designed some basic formulas to measure the impact of failure. But why did I study failure? When did failure start to interest me in the first place? Okay, as I told you, one of my most important sources of inspiration is my own life. Let me talk to you about some key and representative, very failed moments in my life. It was 4 in the morning, Christmas time, ho, ho, ho. I was, after a very hard working day, I was completely tired. I returned home, and I had just gone to bed, dreaming about what we are using and how the 50,000 euros that our main customer would deposit in our bank account the following day. I fall asleep dreaming. But my dreams ended just with the insistent ringing of my mobile phone. It's my partner. Okay, it was my partner. He was calling me to tell that our deal had fallen through. After serving that order, our main customer told us that he had paid for nothing, that we were completely hopeless. I had invested all my savings in getting that order, and immediately I had occurred in a debt as 10 times as my checking account money. So I was bankrupt and hopeless. Ho, ho, ho. So just after hanging up, just in that moment, and while thinking about the most effective method to commit suicide, I came up with my first formula: the economic impact of failure. Number of banks that won't lend you a single cent divided by number of people that you can borrow money from. Okay. The denominator doesn't include, this is so important, doesn't include asking any old stranger in the street for money. That doesn't work, believe me. So just in that moment, let's talk about this economic impact of failure. As you can see, it's a number that goes from 0 to perhaps infinity. If you have a score of 1, more or less, about 1, okay, maybe you are not perfect, but you are still okay. And in that moment, I learned that I had a very big score that approaches to infinity in this rate. Feeling encouraged with those results, I was able to forget that my girlfriend had broken up with me the week before after this very big failure. So I was feeling encouraged, and so I postponed my death plans for another moment. So in that moment, let's think about one thing. In almost failures, we have emotional consequences. These emotional consequences always have a very, very big importance in our lives. So that's why another formula popped into my head: the emotional impact of failure. Number of people in your address book that you can't phone at 4 in the morning divided by total number of people in your address book. Okay, this is a percentage. And of course, 100% is an indicator of complete failure. But the most amazing thing is that here I have a very, very low score. So, after that, I was thinking about these emotional consequences. Okay, all my breakups, I don't know why, all my breakups happen at nighttime, and also my failures do as well. So, if you have a very big failure or a breakup, how many people can you call at any time? Even in the middle of the night, how many people? In that moment, you are not thinking about the future. No. No. Believe me. In that moment, you are thinking about the past of your friendships. Because true friends always remembers the past. Always. And they evaluate your altruistic contribution not from this moment on, but from the moment you became an altruistic and unselfish contributor for them, just in the past. So, in that moment, you can see that it's so important to think in another formula. Yeah, you're laughing, huh? I had broken up, ha 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 ha. Okay. You have no feelings, I don't mind. I don't mind. Okay, so let's talking about love, exciting and new. I also was a failed singer in karaoke all over the world, as you can see. So, okay, forget it. Let's talking about the failed love rate. Number of girls that refused my request for a kiss divided by number of girls I asked for a kiss. Again, a percentage. Okay, modesty aside, I'm the only man alive that you have ever known that had a rate of 200%. Yes. Okay. That's me when I was in school, more or less. Okay. When I was in school, you could never have imagined that I was so shy. I have the whole year ahead of me and thought, okay, for example, I would notice a girl. Okay, then it doesn't matter. A year to declare myself, don't worry. Then at the end of the year, I come to that girl. In 100% of cases, that girl so kindly, so softly told me, no, Times New Roman 1000, more or less, maybe sometimes it was 1,000,000, but 1,000 average of 1,000. But the most surprising thing is that next to her, another girl. That it doesn't mind if they were very close friends, if they were sisters, or if just this second one just happened to be passing by. Then she told me, "Don't even try it, man." So, as you can see, I'm the only man alive with a 200% of failure in this rate. So, oh, it's so happy. It's so happy picture. Okay. Now, when this disastrous career began, okay, you are right. When I was in kindergarten, 1978, I was 3 years old. A very, very, very angry teacher phoned home and called my parents and told them, your beloved son, no, excuse me, your son today had gone to school without a mid-morning snack. My mother, oh my God, told the teacher, it's not possible. My father told, oh my God, no. My father told, oh my God, no. And my sister told, okay, forget it again. I had gone to school with no mid-morning snack. I was 3 years old. It's almost a tragedy. So, the following day, my beloved mother did this. He put the snack into my bag, and then I went to school. So happy, as each day. So happy, my mother, because go to the school, my beloved son. Okay, then after that day, the teacher, angrier than the day before, called home. Your son has gone to school without a snack. Please, if tomorrow this child comes to school without a snack, I'll do anything. Not kill me, but anything. Okay, then it was a Sherlock Holmes matter. If at home I have a snack, and then at school I didn't have, so along the journey I had to lose it. So the following day, my beloved mother again put me some cookies and some cheese portions, let's call them as in Spanish, quesitos, into my bag. Okay? So the bus supervisor promised to my parents that he would have a look on me, okay? And also, he would look for if there were some thieves or bullies that maybe could be taking my snack. So finally, the mystery was solved. Just when the bus started, I stood up, I take my cookies, I take my quesitos, and share out among the rest of the children for free. And afterwards, I came back to my seat smiling. So, as you see, my economic failures were burning very early in my life. I was only 3 years old. It is complete disaster. Okay, so look, this is a real photo of that moment. I was 3 years old, and all the rest of the children were so happy, of course, so happy. Yes. Let's talk about the economic return of investment. Gain from investment divided by cost from investment. But first of all, I just to tell you a story. Yes. Do you remember that night time? It was 4 in the morning, Christmas time, blah blah blah, and then the blow, and then my bankrupt, and then my broke up. You love it. So, let me tell you a story. A very close friend of mine lent me the money to cover the 50% of my debt. But the most surprising thing is that I hadn't asked for anything to my friend. He just went to my suppliers, paid to them, and afterwards he called me and told me, I had paid to your suppliers. And do you know one thing? One amazing thing. Do you remember the magic moment in that bus? The Quesitos magic moment? This very close friend of mine was in that bus. He was receiving, maybe, because I don't remember, but I'm completely sure that maybe one day, because I share out my Quesitos every day, so and he repaid me 27 years after so generously for that Quesitos. So, let's go on. The economic return of investment. We are analyzing in classical economic indicators, okay, the return of investment. Gain from investment divided by cost of investment. What do you think? The larger this number is, the bigger success for a Quesitos giver? No. Cost of investment. Thousands, millions of Quesitos sailing out for free every day. Every day. My parents were also in bankrupt every day, every day. So, and the cost of investment here approaches to infinity. So for a Quesitos giver, this economic return of investment, it doesn't matter. But for people with selfish objectives, let's call in Quesitos kidnappers, okay? For these people, yes, this is so important. The gain from investment, they want to maximize, oh, how wonderful word, eh? My English is so nice. Okay, this gain from investment. So, let me tell you a story. Just in this moment, think yesterday night, really, it was 2 in the morning, and I had a typical faith crisis of a speaker. My talk is bullshit, okay, all these things, and I don't have a very good conclusion. I was completely desperate. And that's why my eyes opened immediately. So, I had a crisis, and I was thinking, okay, the economic return of investment, and what about the emotional? But I had a crisis, I'm a loser, I'm a master of failure, so I did anything. I sent a letter to the future, but to myself. And so that this morning, I received my own answer. I'm a loser, but I know how to send from the future a letter to me, because I know the address, I know the number, okay? I know my name. Don't look at me as a loser. Probably he's going to send to TEDx Zaragoza and this. No, to me. So, if you let me, let's do one thing. Dear younger myself, me. As you probably don't know how to finish your talk, yeah, wise guy, maybe this letter from the future could help you a bit. Thank you, older myself. Thank you, wherever you are, thank you. Okay. Your letter has arrived at just the right moment because tomorrow I'm dying. Don't be stupid, younger myself. I didn't put the date. Okay. Thank you, older myself. I only can tell you some details from the future. 1. Your body is spoiled. I send you a... Oh, it's awful. Okay. Second one. Thanks God, you are still married to Maria. Nice. And third one, you are a Quesitos giver yet. Please explain to audience that you don't think of Quesitos giver as being irresponsible in their lives. We are concerned about high scores, but of course on a different scale. The emotional return of investment. Notice that for a Quesitos giver, the emotional cost of investment is very small, or even zero. But the emotional gains is very, very large, so always tends to infinity. Oh, this older myself is so it's nice. Here you saw your authentic way of being. My older myself goes on. You have spent your life without being concerned if your economic return of investment will be excellent or calamitous. He knows me so well. Without knowing if anybody will be very grateful to you or not. By the way, look at the box over the table. Almost an hour ago, I experimented on all of you. The TEDx Zaragoza team delivered the boxes among the audience. 50% were empty, like mine. Of course, I'm a loser. Okay. 50% had 2 quesitos inside. So I'd like to know if percentages are the same just now. Okay, put your hands up, people that receive an empty box. Okay, stay please. And now, put your hands down, people that receive a quesitos, or maybe somebody offer them a quesitos. Okay, so interesting. Thank you very much. Maybe there are some quesitos kidnappers in this room. If anybody, okay, of course, it doesn't matter if you stole another boxes or if you kill anybody to get the quesitos. Okay, thank you very much for this experiment. Okay, time to say goodbye, my dear younger myself. Remember, tomorrow I am dying, so practice, but too late. And I still have 1 quesito in my pocket, and I want to share it today. For some of you, and for me, quesitos givers, the future of happiness is the false promise that quesitos kidnappers offer. You know, that the carrot on the stick that make the donkey walk. Okay? This is a false promise. Happiness was born in the past and has just died only to be born again in the following second. Don't worry about the future. For long as you remember, you have been a Quesitos giver, and this always be your wine. You can only adjust the sail. Take care, I love you too much, and tell Maria also, I love her. Signature, me. It couldn't be Pablo, no, me. Okay, so this is the authentic Quesitos giver. When I think I was maybe fatter than now, but it wasn't so bad. So thank you very much, and I hope see you soon. Thank you.